Hello, all my dear children. Welcome to Shika's Knowledge Institution. Yes, today we are going to start our revision work from the very first chapter, Trim of Surgery. And today I got some important questions for you, dear. So listen and read this all carefully. The short answer type questions is here. Why did Mrs. Pumphrey make a frantic call to Mr. Harriot? Because her loving pet dog had stopped eating anything and he even refused to eat his favorite dishes and sweets. And the second important question is, why was Mr. Harriot shocked at Tricky's appearances? Mr. Harriot was shocked at Tricky's appearances as he had become a very obsessive and his eyes were red and watery and his tongue was lolling. Overeating had made Tricky look like a blotted sausage. And the next question is, how did Mr. Harriot treat the dog? Mr. Harriot hospitalized Tricky for a fortnight and kept him on a strict diet by giving him lot of water, and he was able to make Tricky active and energetic once again. So thus he was able to save his from any kind of surgery or medical treatment. And the next important question is, why did Mrs. Pumphrey kept Tricky on that extra diet? Did it help him? And Mrs. Pumphrey kept Tricky on extra diet because she felt that he was suffering from any malnutrition and needed some milk or liver oil and the ball of Horlicks. Next, why did Mr. Harriot expect a call from Mrs. Pumphrey on seeing the condition of Tricky's? Mr. Harriot was able to understand that he would be in trouble soon, so due to overeating and extra care in the form of his dresses, and also because he was not doing any exercises, so he kept that he will be get ill soon. Why did Mr. Harriot expect a call Pumphrey? So this is the answer of this question. So the next very important question is, how was Tricky treated in the first 2 days of his visit to the surgery? He was given a cozy bed in a warm loose box, and he was kept under strict observation for first 2 days and given him a plenty of water and but no food was given to him. And the next question is, what makes Sticky get well soon? Tricky was not suffering from many diseases indeed, as we know that overeating उसको बीमार कर रही थी. So his main element was his greed and overeating. When Mr. Harriot gave him controlled diet, वो जल्दी से ठीक हो गया. So next question is, why did Mrs. Pumphrey suffer in the absence of Tricky? As we know, वो उनका बहुत चहेता pet है भाई. So the Mrs. Pumphrey loved Tricky very much. She suffered thinking that Tricky was undergoing treatment and was to able operate on, and she felt that he would not survive and if he did not see her daily. वो मतलब वो बहुत परेशान हो रही है उसके लिए, उनको लग रहा है कि इनका पेट उनको देखेगा नहीं तो वो बीमार पड़ जाएगा. एंड द नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन है, व्हाई कुड Tricky not be cured at home? वो घर में ठीक क्यों नहीं हो सकता था? Because Mr. Pumphrey loved Tricky very much and could not be strict with him. So the next question is, do you think that there are also parents like Mrs. Pumphrey? Yes, it is a very important question. Yes, there are some parents like Mrs. Pumphrey, and they are overindulgent about their children, and they make their children unhealthy. Yes, and fat by their foolish love. Yes, but later when things get out of their control, they repent. Next, our long questions are here, and there are only four questions. Yes, four questions are here and very important. So listen all these very carefully. The first question is, Tricky was more member of Mrs. Pumphrey's family than a married dog. Explain, give an example of next. Mrs. Pumphrey was a rich lady, as we know well, that with a lot of love for her pet dog, and Tricky was loved to live comfortably in a luxurious way and look an extra care of Tricky by overfeeding him, and she was not able to understand that the excess of weight and can मेक हिम सफरिंग। सो ये हमारा फर्स्ट क्वेश्चन बहुत लेंदी फॉर्म में आपको लिखना है, एंड यू कैन टेक ऑल एक्सट्रैक्ट फ्रॉम योर टेक्स्ट बुक। एंड द वेरी मोर एंड इम्पॉर्टेंट क्वेश्चन इज गिव द करेक्टर sketches of Mrs. Pumphrey. Yes, dear children, first you should have to read your textbook very carefully, because हम इसमें पूरा करेक्टर स्केच देखते हैं अबाउट मिसेस पम्फ्री के बारे में। तो ये काफ़ी इम्पोर्टेंट क्वेश्चन है, और ये आपको मतलब आई एम श्योर कि ये आपको मिलने वाला है आगे आपके एग्जाम में। एंड द नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन इज राइट अ ब्रीफ करेक्टर स्केच ऑफ मिस्टर हेरियट द वेटरनरी सर्जन। डू यू थिंक दैट ही इज अ गुड जज of human nature? Yes, this is also very important question. Character sketch तो हमारे एग्जाम में आते ही हैं, तो these are two character sketch can be occur in your exam. So बच्चों ये आपकी टेक्स्ट बुक में आपको ज़रूर मिलने वाला है, तो इसका करेक्टर स्केच आप बहुत अच्छे से रीड कर सकते हो। एंड द नेक्स्ट इम्पॉर्टेंट क्वेश्चन इज, ये क्वेश्चंस आपको अपने टेक्स्ट बुक में नहीं मिलेंगे, क्योंकि ये चैप्टर्स रीडिंग करने के बाद निकाले जाते हैं, एंड ऑल दीज आर वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट क्वेश्चंस। नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन इज on the screen, over pampering is not only a bad for humans but also for animals. Do you think over pampering by parents is in favor and of the children's? This is also a very important questions, and you can read all the chapter from your textbook, और सारे आंसर आपको मिल जाएंगे। Extract of comprehensions. So these are read the character sketch. Yes, all paragraphs. Read about the character sketch very carefully. And these are two topics here on the screen, and you can read from your text. So dear children, all these are very important and knowledgeable information about. So have a very beautiful day ahead.